Hello, and welcome to the Season 4 or slash 2015-2015-16 season recap in our Dallas Stars and Jamie Oleksiak Jersey Quest BAGM mode. As you kind of see here, we are at the end of the playoffs, and we won the Stanley Cup as the Dallas Stars. This is the successful Jersey Quest, as you can see here. So we won the Stanley Cup. The Springfield Falcons won the Calder Cup, as you can see there. So I'm going to kind of go through the season, kind of player stats in the playoffs and whatnot, then kind of wrap up the series that way. So here we go. So you can see, oh no, so you guys scroll the transaction screen down. Here we go. Let's see what it says on June 1st. Beat Buffalo in 5 games to win the Stanley Cup, but how do we get there precisely? So in terms of the regular season, as you can kind of see, top right-hand corner-ish, we had a record of 46, 26, and 10, which was good enough for 102 points and first in our division and the 2 seed in the Western Conference. Heading into the postseason, the President's Trophy went to Buffalo Sabres. You can see we met in the Stanley Cup Finals, a rematch of I think it was the '99 Cup Final with the infamous was his foot in the crease goal and all that. But they were the President's Trophy team. They came out of the Eastern Conference facing the Stanley Cup Finals. In terms of goals for per game, we were second in the league in both goals for and goals against per game. Goals for, we were 3.01 goals per game for, and then goals against per game, we were 2.26 goals against per game, which was good for second in the league. In terms of our leadership group, the captain was Jamie Benn, taking over for Brendan Morrow, who you can see there as a free agent. And our alternate or assistant captains were Louis Erickson and Trevor Daley, who have kind of been here since the beginning. Our leading scorer in the regular season was Jamie Benn. He had 30 goals, 51 assists for 81 points. In terms of the playoffs, leading scorer was Louis Erickson, who's had 12 goals, 14 assists for, is that 26? 12 goals, 26 points. In terms of kind of how the playoff tree kind of went and whatnot, we'll kind of look quickly at the kind of go through the regular season stats quickly first, and the playoffs before we kind of go through the playoff tree. Let's go to Stats Central, Player Stats Season. What I kind of see here, Jamie Benn. I was like not talking about these, kind of scroll through. So yeah, so they were at a decent regular season. There were some injury problems. You see, you had some kind of AHL players kind of playing a decent amount of games. Who had some decent injury problems. So Louis Erickson barely played in the regular season, but he came back healthy for the playoffs, and we were benefited greatly from that. In terms of Jamie Oleksiak's stats during the AHL regular season, kind of pull those up quickly. There you go. He played 76 games in the regular season, had 0 goals, 1 assist for 1 point. In terms of the playoff scoring, playoff stats. Kind of once again, kind of scroll through, let you guys kind of see who is kind of leading the charge besides Louis Erickson in terms of the scoring. As you kind of see here, Jamie Oleksiak, he just played in the clinching game, Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 points, 0 pens. He was even plus minus. Had 0 shots, 2 hits, a giveaway, takeaway. Played 12 minutes. I guess I don't show block shots, which is kind of unfortunate, but I imagine you probably blocked a couple shots in that game 5. Well, let's kind of now go through the playoff tree here and kind of go through how we got to the Stanley Cup final. So here we go, the Western Conference. So we were the 2 seed. We faced off against our rivals, the Anaheim Ducks. So I played games 1 and 2, which we won 4-1 and 3-2. Then simulated games 3 and 4, which we won 1-0 and 4-3 to sweep the Anaheim Ducks. As you can see there in round 2, we then got matched up against the 8 seed, Chicago Blackhawks, who pulled off an upset of the Nashville Predators in 7 in round 1. So we beat them in 5 games. We won games 1 and 2, 5-4 and 4-2. Chicago then won game 3, 4-2. Then we won games 4 and 5 to win the series 4-1 and 2-0. Then Western Conference Finals, we got matched up against the 3 seed, the Minnesota Wild, who had faced off against in last year's first round and swept. So you can see they got through Calgary in round 1, 6 games, then the Oilers in round 2. So they kind of made it through the 2 Alberta teams in 6 games to get to us. And then our series also went to 6. So you can see game 1, we won games 1 and 2. We won 5-2, 2-1. Games 3 and 4, Minnesota won both by a score of 4-3. And then we won games 5 and 6 by scores of 4-1 and 4-2 to win the series. And as you can see here, we matched up against the Buffalo Sabres. In the final, won 5 games. Let's kind of see how they got there. So they were the 1 seed, as I kind of said, because they won the President's Trophy in the East. They beat Toronto in 6 games, and then advanced and beat Winnipeg, who were the 7 seed, 4 games to 2. And they took on Tampa Bay Lightning, who were the 4 seed, who had gotten through the Flyers and Islanders in these conference finals and beat them in a sweep. And in terms of our series, we won game 1, 6-4. Game 2, 3-2. Game 3, 1-2. No, sorry, Game 3, Buffalo won 2-1. My bad. Then we won games 4 and 5. Game 4, we won 3-1. In Game 5, we won 3-2 to win the Stanley Cup in 5 games, which is pretty awesome. Then the last thing we kind of check through is kind of go through the kind of awards here, because we should have a couple. So here we are the Stanley Cup winner. As you kind of saw at the beginning, Springfield Falcons were Cup winner in the AHL. President's Trophy, Buffalo Sabres. We also won the Clarence S. Campbell Bowls, Western Conference champions in the playoffs. Prince of Wales Trophy went to the Sabres, of course. In terms of Art Ross, went to Steven Stamkos, who had 91 points for the Lightning. He also picks up the Hart. Norris Trophy went to Ryan Suter, the Minnesota Wild. Lady Byng went to John Tavares for the 2nd year in a row for the New York Islanders. He finished the season 2nd in scoring with 87 points. Calder went to Malcolm Subban. Conn Smythe, see here, went to Louis Eriksson with his 26 points, kind of coming back from injury average regular season to power us through in the playoffs. As you can see, here's kind of the first non-goalie to win the Conn Smythe in this kind of be a GM mode save, which is pretty impressive. Vezina Trophy went to Ryan Miller. The Jennings went to Miller and Enroth for the 2nd time in this be a GM mode. They won it the first season as well. The Masterman went to Barrett Jackman. Selke went to Sidney Crosby. And then the Ted Lindsay went to Ryan Miller. And the Rocket Richard went to Alex Ovechkin, kind of not surprisingly. But yeah, that's kind of it for this. Kind of, I don't know if it's going to be at the beginning or the end. You'll kind of see the footage from like us kind of the last couple seconds of Game 5 and us like hoisting the cup and Louis Eriksson getting the Conn Smythe and all that. I think Jamie Oleksiak is in the back row of the picture. I couldn't really see. None of the people that were like had their numbers visible were wearing number 43, which is the number was Oleksiak's number. So I'm not really sure. He must have been I think is in the kind of the middle row with his number obscured, or in the back row of the photo. But you're also gonna notice there is no audio. I don't really know why. I'm guessing it's probably because I'm playing this on like an actual like however many year old now Xbox 360, and like the kind of modern capture card stuff don't necessarily like work the best together. So there's like no audio at all kind of in that section. So I'm not sure it's gonna be at the beginning and the end, but hopefully you enjoy that footage and kind of enjoyed the series. What's coming up next on the channel? Not 100% sure. I think it might be another hockey jersey quest, because guys, you've probably been noticing the patterns of these is that like the number of the player wears kind of matches up with the kind of FGO servant who's kind of the coach or the manager or whatever in the series. And number 43 isn't like a very common like number at all, really, in so, like even really in either sport. So like it's the concept we only had like two options, either Oleksiak or Marty Braun that kind of fit my collection goals for kind of NHL jerseys. And then kind of for soccer, there aren't really playing players who've like really worn the kit for Tottenham like in a senior match, as far as I'm aware. But I think kind of this year, even though he's yeah, so it's like it's the next series. I'm not actually sure what it's going to be because I was going to say it's going to be a kit quest, but it's not because whoever wore number 43, who kind of would be the next one, is Jamie Donnelly. He's like his squad number this season for Tottenham is 43, but as you probably know, he's on loan at Leyton Orient for the season, so he's not. So like that's kind of probably be the next kit quest. Well, it actually won't be. Hold on a second. Let me collect my thoughts. Yeah, so it would hypothetically be like the next kit quest would be his or kind of potentially revisiting the Dane Scarlet one, but again, because those are both kind of this current season, I kind of want to wait until potentially the end of the season just to see how the season goes for both teams to just kind of make it more realistic and whatnot, or potentially because this is probably going up after the January window, towards the end of the January window, but like this is kind of just pre-recorded because of the holidays and kind of life stuff I have going on. So I kind of pre-recorded a bunch of stuff to kind of have stuff uploaded. So it might not, so it might potentially be either actually start kind of both the series after the January window, and you'll kind of see them, but or not. They'll kind of wait till the end of the season, those two series. So then after that, if that's like not the next thing up, either like kind of revisiting the Dane Scarlet one that's been postponed, or the kind of starting the Jamie Donnelly one. Either way, because it probably would be Dane Scarlet first and then Jamie Donnelly, just because like I'm gonna be starting. I'd start do them kind of like one after the other because I'm kind of waiting on the same things for both. But otherwise, if it's not that, I'm honestly not sure what it is gonna be. I kind of have to check, look at like kind of what my little sheet that I don't have kind of have on me right now to see kind of who would be the next, what the next series would be and whatnot. But you'll kind of see what I guess you and I will kind of find out kind of soon. So again, thank you for watching this episode in the series. If you've kind of been following along, and I hope you kind of consider watching some of the other content I already have up on the channel, or kind of following along with the next series on the channel. But kind of once again, thank you, and hope you watch something else soon.